Purchased Lexus for my son, but then he decided he wanted a coupe, so the car is not for sale. Well, he had plenty of time to plastic dip all the wheels, apparently. And then your dashboard is opened. It's open for business. Like, can't you at least like close the dashboard before you take the pictures? So you're not like just exclaiming to me how fucked up your electrical situation is. This has been for sale forever. I don't feel like talking about it anymore. I've already done all I can do on this one. 98 Corvette, T-top, just body only. So, but the thing is that it's not even though. Because you're trying to sell this as a body with no engine or transmission, but then the body itself is not fully composed. So, yeah, no, not at all. No. This is no. This is not worth $3,000. And I'm not a Corvette expert per se. I'm not like a C4 expert, but this is like no. How else can I say that? Is there any other options for words that I can use to get my point across? You know, I did always like the 370s a little bit, just slightly. And I have to say, and normally 99% of the time, oh, Georgia Views dealer license plate. Talk about from 0 to sketchy in 3.6 seconds. $5,800, Toyota Sequoia, 4.7 I-Force, Alpharetta, 201. Rust-free Southern car, rust-free Southern car. Looks like a damn child-free Southern car. Look at that interior. That looks like my grandma drove it. This is the cleanest Georgia used dealer license plate, isn't it? God, I fucking hate that. God, I hate it. I hate dealers. Yeah, Georgia used vehicle dealer license plate. Nothing evokes more hatred from the depths of my soul when I see a good car with a shitty person. This is clean. This is not. This is fuck. I mean, pardon my French. When was the last time you saw cloth like that? Oh my lord, look at those alloys. Ain't never been through a drive-through. Look at that paint. Look at that paint. Did anybody ever drive this thing? It's got the one thing on the rear bumper and that's it. Oh, and I will take that back. If you look, the tailgate is actually kind of dented. And then like under the rear window is like got some fadage, but that's all like very, very like minor honest stuff. Like the bulk of this vehicle is just an absolute cherry. And he wants 47 for this? 58? Why do I always take the numbers down accidentally? Rollback tow truck for sale. I love how it's pictured with a Chevy S10. It's very appropriate for a tow truck. Yeah, you could leave this up for $5,500 all day. It's like, it's safe. It's not going anywhere. Previously owned by older gentleman, colors white diamonds, beautiful pearl white. She's a rural turnkey, blows cold sales down the street like a Cadillac. Well, I mean, to be fair, it is a Cadillac. I bet this is a good deal. Probably not. I take that back. I immediately take that back. Just because the person selling it is bad doesn't always mean the car is bad. I mean, life's not that simple. Those hubcaps really just, man, it's like, and it pisses me off because it's like these flippers, it's like you guys are trying to get money for nothing out here. That's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to get money for nothing. And it's like you can't even bother to clean up. Like, you can't even take a shower before your own wedding, you know? Like, could you really not even go to AutoZone and buy a can of silver spray paint and just in 10 minutes with an old newspaper and a can of spray paint, like, just clean those wheels up so it doesn't look like absolute dog shit on Craigslist? Like, you couldn't, you really? You know? Like, it's just not, I'm just like, if I'm missing whatever excuse is out there for this behavior, like, please help me find it. This thing, wasn't this same Bronco, didn't he originally start out at $15,000 for this thing? That's in a previous Craigslist Gold. I guess I could go back and see it. So we got 15 grand, 200,000. But I swear this guy started out asking $15,000 for this thing. Now he's down by like half. Hell, I would almost pay. Four-wheel drive works. 5.8 runs. It doesn't look bad. It looks bad. Girls would think that looked good. Country girls, I promise you they would. And then we got this. This is really what we're all about. 92, 240, second to last year, I think. It's got 202 on it, all fluids and filters changed, new brakes, new things, new rear shocks, new rebuilt fuel system. So we have the tank, the sending unit, and filters, and the injectors, and the wiper blades, and he tuned it up. And the driver's side power window regulator is new. Don't ever tell somebody that. Look at this. Why is the rear of this car up on the curb? Are you saying you were fucking curb hopping in S-Class? That's not... Why would you... Why... That doesn't improve my opinion. And I'm not liking his racing stripes. That's... Who the hell did that? Yeah, people want to say you can't get a good car for a couple grand. And look at that odometer. Yeah, telling the truth. People just don't want to drive around in a fucking red LeSabre. It's like, wake up. You're poor. You know? I like those. They don't look the best from the outside. Like, look, and I don't think red is this thing's color. But look, I'll be the first one to admit. I mean, is it like... Looks-wise, in the exterior looks department, look, I mean, guys, I know what this looks like, okay? Jeep Comanche Eliminator, you know, I'm sure there's gonna be, oh, look, he's got a whole collection of these things. What a freak. We got a 323i in Ellenwood. Doesn't have door panels. Interior redone. Like, did you mean interior removed? You know what? Really, nothing scares me away. I'm like a damn cockroach when you flip the lights on. As soon as you say, oh yeah, it just needs this one part and then it'll run. Oh yeah, and I threw it in the back seat, have a good time. Like, nah. Yeah, this guy is one of the most classic Atlanta flippers of all time. I swear, this guy's got to sell a dozen cars a day on here. I mean, he moves them, and he's been moving them for probably the better part of a decade. Chevy Malibu, 1999 Motor Trend Car of the Year, coming through. Manual transmission, check out that manual. You can manually shift it all the way from park down to drive, you know? Like, I'm not about the whole, like, oh, I put a new engine in it 10,000 miles ago, so it's now a 10,000 mile car. Like, that's not at all how that works. Like, miles aren't even about the engine. Engines ostensibly, unless you go to change the oil and forget to refill it, most engines nowadays should, like, theoretically last for 5 times the life of the car. The mileage number only matters for, like, what kind of shape the front seats are in, what kind of shape are the carpets in, how many door dings does it have. You know, how faded out is the paint? What does the interior smell like? That's what I'm trying to get from the miles number. You know? Like, you could drop in an engine with 500,000 miles, most cars. See if I care. Yeah. Where is he located at? Culinary Arts. You better not be eating in the car. But, I will say, the interior of this car is, 180 degrees opposed. Like, the interior of these cars is, like, big, it's roomy, it's spacious. Like, these, like, weirdly enough for GM in the 90s, these actually feel high quality inside, believe it or not. I've been in these, I've driven them, I've owned one. Like, these, like, I mean, I'm telling you, to sit in the driver's seat of one of these cars is not a bad deal. It's not. And I'm not making that up. These actually from the front seat, these feel pretty good inside. I mean, look at it. The dashboard's nicely built. The gauge, they've got a really nice gauge cluster. You got the big old column shift. You got the standard old Saginaw steering column. Those have a nice gear shift, nice key action. Yeah, the blinker stalk is bad, but whatever. The steering wheel on these is decent. Yeah, they're big, they're roomy. You can see out of them. They feel nice, to be honest. You got some fake wood and it's like not tacky. Just a nice, clean clean but not sparse design for the dashboard and all the buttons and stuff. Yeah, these feel really nice to sit in. But yeah, I mean, the truth is 90% of a car decision, most people just look at whatever something looks like from the outside and they're like, I like it or I don't like it. And that's pretty much the whole decision. '05 Honda Accord LX, $1,500 in Decatur. It's got some cosmetic stuff going on. New gearbox, new clutch set, new head gasket, new head, all new sensor and tune-up parts. Need air and tire and jump start. So let me get this one straight. You're telling me you did a new head gasket, new cylinder head, all new sensors, all 200 sensors on the car, brand new. Complete tune-up, plugs, wires, you name it. New clutch, took the transmission out, new gearbox, new transmission. You basically rebuilt this entire car mechanically, and now you're telling me need air and tire, need jump start. You basically rebuilt the engine, replaced the clutch, replaced the transmission, and did everything else. Oh, but you can't be bothered to put air in the tires and a battery?